Okay.
Well, before you started taking a video, let's plug it in.
Yeah.
So, the speakers that you're using, it does make a difference, so I need to know what you're using.
All right, I'll find out. I'll ask him.
Well, yeah, do you know the speakers that you're using, do they have their own power plug?
I bought the cords from here.
Do they plug into the wall?
No.
Power
no.
Okay, so they are
They
passive speakers.
Yeah, they don't plug in the wall.
Good.
No.
Okay. That's the first thing I need to know. Now, we'll set it up and try it out. Hey, Zach, do you see a demo mic kicking around over there?
Yeah, we have one. I could
Now, what was that mixer they just bought, that flat one?
So that is a, it's a mixer without a power amp. The reason I ask what kind of speakers you have is because there's two types of speakers. There's passive speakers, which do not plug into the wall, which is what these are.
Yeah. Which
means, you know, you don't need power plugs for them, but you do need an amplifier to make them work. A lot of the newer speakers that we see, most of what you see in here is powered speakers.
So they go into the wall?
So they have their own amplifier.
Ah, I get it.
That mixer is just the mixer without the amplifier.
Like this?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it mixes the sound, but it doesn't provide any power.
Okay.
So, but if you were to use something like that, nothing would happen.
Right.
You wouldn't hear anything. Cause
now, I'm looking at that one up there, that task cam. No good.
No power with that one.
No.
Yeah. That is a, it's a nice little mixer, but not for your purposes.
And what about any of those over there?
All of the flat style mixers are not going to provide power for you. That's the big thing.
Really? Now, there was one that I was looking for. It was $800. I forget what the name of it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on sale for $600, and that was a flat one, and they said it was
that may have been, yeah. There are a few models out there that do have that flat look to them that have a power amp.
Yeah.
They're generally over $500. This is just a pair of unpowered speakers I'll use.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the guitar at?
The guitar is in the case.
Guy's become impatient, wants to leave. I still haven't got the photos from you. We can send him off and call him.
Yeah, tell him we'll...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the cases in the hallway?
No, it's behind the counter.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, let me just get my microphone cable. I'm wondering, do you have the cables that you purchased?
No, I didn't bring them. I didn't bring them up. I bought them here. They were a 50-foot cord we purchased and a 100-foot cord.
All right, I'll look up which models you got.
Yep. That's the microphone cable he just plugged in.
please dial 212. That's Tom in repairs. Please dial 212.
I don't see any purchase for a 50-foot cable.
Yeah, they looked it up for me yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. 50-foot and 100-foot cable. And because I asked him, will it work on this? Because it worked on the other one. And he said it's universal. It should work fine.
This is the one Pat sold you?
No. No. That one, it was like 2 months ago. When we brought everything up to see what the problem was, whether it was our cords, whether it was our, and it ended up being the mixer.
Gotcha.
And yeah, it was a couple of months ago. There was a 50-foot and a 100-foot. Go ahead. That's okay.
So you were going to pay in full, or were you going to pay in full?
Find it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's absolutely the incorrect cables.
They're the wrong cables?
Yeah, they worked with the Yamaha mixer that you had. But they do not work with this one. So they were the right cables at the time to work with that one, but they will not work with this one. So what you have is this right now.
Okay.
What you need is this. This is a little adapter.
So can I return those other cables?
Sure.
I wish I brought them with me. Another trip. Or unless I just get an adapter.
Or we could do the adapter.
That's probably easier.
Check and see if I've got two. I definitely have this one. But in any case, yes, you have to plug into the back here.
That's right. That's what we figured, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't working when we plugged it in.
Okay.
But we were only plugging that part, you know.
Right, and this jack is not made for that cable.
Oh.
So don't use that anymore.
Okay.
If you force it in, you might damage.
Well, when I called yesterday, he said it's a universal. It should be fine.
And you're using, normally, Annette, you're using 2 speakers, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to, on the back side here, you're going to come out of the left and right and leave the middle alone.
Okay, and if we're just using one, we'd come out of the left?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just come out of the left.
Okay. 2 speakers left and right, 1 speaker left.
Yep.
Okay.
And around the front here, your main level is here.
Okay.
That's the power amp. So that's the main level, every single channel, and then each individual channel is going to have this white level here. So you want to try to balance them out. You don't want to crank one or crank the other.
Okay.
So you just slowly bring it up a little bit. Hey, check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 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 check. All right.
Wow.
So if this button is pushed in,
yeah,
it's going to be a lot a lot quieter, and you're going to have to turn it up louder.
Okay.
There we go. So it's a little cleaner that way, but if you need the volume, if you uncheck it, it should be plenty loud, even at lower volumes. If you get this main level up to, and it's going to start feeding back too, because you can't be right next to it, but if you get this main level up to about 12 o'clock here,
and you get the feed.
You get feedback, but if you stand away,
You're
the microphone can't be in front of the speaker.
Okay.
So if anything, ideally, if you got to turn it up loud, you want to be back here.
Okay.
You want your speakers in front of you, so
Right.
you won't get feedback.
Yeah,
if
we
you're
have a
back
speaker
here.
in the other room and one downstairs,
Perfect.
actually. Yeah.
So you can go plenty loud
Yeah.
with this unit here. It'll do a room of 200 people or so.
Okay.
So the hard part is balancing it on the mixer,
Okay.
so you don't get feedback or anything like that.
Yeah.
But what I find often is people tend to go really high on the volume on the channel,
Yeah.
and then start to bring that up, and then they're right next to it, so
Right.
you deal with all kinds.
So this is best to be cleaner to be in, right?
Yeah, if you're doing smaller, like what are we using this for most of the time?
He has original songs and just recording them. He plays a keyboard and stuff.
So, yeah, and you'll have to balance the microphone with the rest of his instruments.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah.
So you might need, if you push that in, it'll be cleaner.
Yeah,
you'll have to turn it up more to get the volume.
Okay, that's
But the thing is, once you plug his keyboard in, the keyboard will be really hot.
Yeah.
It'll be really loud, so you might need to pull this down
and lower,
and just lower there. You can see I just barely turned that up, and it's starting to give me plenty of volume.
Right.
And you can think of this as like a sensitivity adjustment. It's a gain. It's a volume, just like this is.
Yeah.
But this is going to determine how sensitive this microphone is. So if he likes to get really on top of it, then I would be careful about this one here.
Okay.
If it stays on a stand like this and he's a singer that's farther away,
usually he's closer to the mic.
If he's closer, then I'd be careful with where you set this, and then bring your levels up here.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, if he's really on top of his mic and it sounds better with the pad plugged in, this is just going to take it and drop it 25 decibels. Okay. That's what it does. So it kind of softens
so he'll have to check that out, whichever he likes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so then it was just the adapter having the wrong cord.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. And there's outputs here, but they're not
that's what
powered.
Exactly. And it was tinny.
It'll
pass.
Like,
wait a minute, something's not right.
It'll pass the signal, but it won't sound right.
Yeah, no, it sounded terrible.
Yeah.
All right, so will you see if we have the adapter?
Yeah, I think I do have a second one.
Yeah, and then we're probably just better off using the adapter than returning the cords.
Yeah, they are good cables.